Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ria-Flor V. Valdos for Current Issues in Education Policies and Reforms Educ 601, and I am your reporter for the topics laws enacted related to education, Republic Act Number 10931, Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act, and Republic Act Number 11469, also known as the Bayanihan to Heal as One Act, with Dr. Jasper J. Mendoza, Professor. In this topic, I am going to discuss the salient features of both laws. So let us start with the salient features of Republic Act Number 10931, or the Universal Access to Quality Education Act. In 2007, the Philippines took a significant step towards democratizing education and fostering socio-economic progress by enacting Republic Act Number 10931, also known as the Universal Access to Quality Education Act, which is a landmark legislation aimed to reshape the landscape of higher education in the country, addressing the barriers that hindered many Filipinos from pursuing tertiary education. By ushering in a new era of accessibility and affordability, this law sought to transform the aspirations of countless students, Filipino students, into tangible opportunities. The salient features of RA number 10931 range from tuition-free education and scholarship programs to quality assurance measures and institutional development. This offers a glimpse into the profound impact of this law as it paved the way for an inclusive education system that empowers individuals, uplifts families, and contributes to the nation's enduring growth. Number one among the salient features are first, tuition and other fees coverage. The law provides free tuition and other fees in state universities and colleges or SUCs, local universities and colleges or LUCs, and state run technical vocational institutions for eligible students. Number two, this law also offers or give way to have scholarship programs. The Scholar ng Bayan program offers a scholarship or scholarships to top graduates of public high schools, covering tuition, miscellaneous fees, and a monthly stipend. It prioritizes students from households beyond the poverty threshold. Number three, tertiary education subsidy. This law also grants subsidies to qualified students in private higher education institutions or HEIs to help cover tuition and other fees, as well as living allowances for indigent or poor students. Number four, student loan program. This law also establishes a student loan program for students in SUCs, LUCs, and public technical vocational institutions. It provides low interest loans to cover tuition and other education related expenses. Number four, quality assurance and institutional development. The law emphasizes capacity building measures for faculty and staff, curriculum enhancement, and improve teaching methodologies in HEIs to ensure the delivery of quality education. Number six is infrastructure development. This means that the law allocates funds for infrastructure improvements such as the construction and renovation of buildings and facilities included in SUCs and LUCs. Number six is having beneficiaries and eligibility. This means that the law even primarily targets Filipino citizens seeking tertiary education in accredited HEIs, particularly those coming from low income families who probably need it the most, and as well as from qualified vocational students. We also have number eight, implementation and oversight. This means that The Commission on Higher Education, or CHED, and the Department of Budget and Management, or DBM, are responsible for implementing the law's provision, while monitoring and reporting mechanisms are established for transparency and accountability. Number 9 among the salient features of RA 10931 is social equity and access. This aims to provide equitable access to higher education and reduce financial barriers and promote inclusivity by supporting students from marginalized sectors, especially those who came from indigenous groups and those underrepresented groups. Next one. The last one among the salient features is socio-economic impact. This law, the law's implementation contributes to human capital development, enhances workforce skills, and ultimately supports the country's socio-economic growth and development. So that those are the salient features of Republic Act number 10931. So in a nutshell, Republic Act number 10931, also known as the Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act, enacted in 2017, represents a pivotal stride in Philippine education. This means that this legislation endeavors to democratize higher learning by providing free tuition fees in state universities, colleges, and technical vocational institutions. The Scholar ng Bayan program extends scholarship to outstanding graduates of public high schools, encompassing tuition, fees, and stipends, with a focus on economically disadvantaged households or families. Moreover, the law also ensures subsidies for tuition fees and living expenses to qualified students in private higher education. So even in private schools, they also send help and support the students. We also have fostering inclusivity. Next one, anchored in quality, the Act also emphasizes faculty development, curriculum enhancement, and teaching methodologies to elevate the educational experience. Funding for infrastructure also is done to upgrade or bolster this commitment to excellence by prioritizing marginal sectors and eliminating financial barriers. Republic Act number 10931 also champions equitable access, while its implementation significantly contributes to human capital development, which can be used to equip our workforce with essential skills and propelling the country's economic progress. So that's it for the Republic Act 10931. We are now going to have the salient features of Republic Act number 11469, also known as the Bayanihan to Heal as One Act, or Emergency Powers for Crisis Response. In times of unprecedented challenges, legislative measures can become crucial lifelines for nations striving to navigate uncharted waters. This act, widely recognized as Bayanihan to Heal as One Act, stands as a testament to the Philippines' commitment to swift and cohesive crisis management. So, enacted during the throes of the global COVID-19 pandemic, this law granted the President temporary emergency powers, underscoring the gravity of the situation and the need for an agile response. This delves into one of the law's most pivotal feature, the empowerment of the president with the authority to take timely and resilient actions, from reallocating resources to enforcing vital measures. This law emergency powers exemplify the nation's resolve to protect public health, support vulnerable sectors, and restore stability during times of distress. So the first among the salient features of Republic Act Republic Act 11469 is granting of emergency powers. This empower the President of the Philippines with temporary emergency powers. These powers are designed to facilitate a more agile and coordinated response during the times of COVID-19 pandemic. Second is flexible and swift action. The law allows the president to take prompt and decisive action to address the crisis without being hindered by the bureaucratic processes. This flexibility enables the government to swiftly adapt to revolving situations and implement necessary measures. Third is resource allocation. One key aspect of the emergency powers of the president is his or her authority to reallocate government resources. These includes the ability to repurpose budgets from different agencies or programs to ensure that critical needs such as healthcare and essential services are adequately funded. Number four is healthcare response. The law empowers the president to mobilize resources from the health sector, enabling the rapid procurement of medical supplies, equipment, and facilities. This is crucial for enhancing the country's healthcare capacity to manage and treat the COVID-19 pandemic. Number five is quarantine and movement measures. The president can enforce quarantine protocols. Remember placing the whole Luzon in enhanced community quarantine back in March 2020, and that movement restrictions to contain the spread of the virus. This may include lockdowns, travel bans, curfews, and other measures necessary to limit physical interaction and curb the transmission of the virus. Number six is social amelioration. To mitigate the socio-economic impact of the crisis, the law authorizes the president to provide financial assistance and relief to vulnerable sectors of society. Remember the social amelioration program back then? This includes support for affected workers, low-income families, and individuals who lost their livelihood. Number seven is having regulation and price controls. The president can regulate the prices of basic goods and commodities to prevent hoarding, profiteering, and supply shortages, ensuring that essential items remain accessible to the public. Number eight is information dissemination and fake news. This allows this law allows the government to counter the spread of misinformation and fake news, which can exacerbate panic and confusion among people during the crisis. Penalties can be imposed on individuals disseminating false or misleading content or information. Number nine is duration and oversight. While providing temporary emergency powers, the law is time bound to ensure that these powers are not abused. Hence, the Congress and other oversight mechanisms play a role in reviewing and monitoring the President's actions under these powers. Lastly, among the 10 salient features of Republic Act 11469 is balancing authority and safeguards. This salient feature of emergency powers in the Bayanihan to Heal as One Act highlights the delicate balance between empowering the government to respond effectively and ensuring that appropriate safeguards are in place to prevent potential misuse. So, in a nutshell, the Republic Act 10 11469 or the Bayanihan to Heal as One Act extends the President of the Philippines temporary emergency powers, a crucial mechanism for agile crisis management, particularly in the context of COVID-19 pandemic. This fundamental feature empowers the President to swiftly allocate resources, fortify healthcare, systems, enforce quarantine measures, provide socio-economic relief, regulate essential goods prices, counter misinformation, and more. These powers are complemented by oversight mechanisms to prevent potential misuse and ensure that responses remained aligned with public interests. Balancing authority and safeguards, this salient feature underscores the law's commitment to facilitating a comprehensive and well coordinated crisis response, effectively addressing urgent challenges while safeguarding the well being of the nation. Another, it also ensures quarantine measures, socioeconomic relief, price controls, information integrity, and oversight mechanism. So, in summary, Republic Act number 10931 and Republic Act 11469 exemplify the Philippines' commitment to education's transformative power and its role in addressing the challenges. The former, Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act, ensures equitable access, quality, and infrastructure development in higher education, fostering individual growth and collective progress, while the latter, Bayanihan to Heal as One, demonstrates education's broader context, enabling crisis response through emergency powers, resource allocation, and information dissemination. Both laws underscore education's pivotal role in personal empowerment, societal resilience, and informed decision making, solidifying its status as a catalyst for progress and a cornerstone for a prosperous future. So that ends my report on the Republic Act 10931 and Republic Act 11469. I am Ria-Flor V. Valdos, your discussant for the topic Republic Act number 10931 and Republic Act 11469 for the subject current issues and education policies and reforms. Thank you so much for your indulgence.